Okay, so now that we have our crouching, our sprinting, I want to go ahead and implement jumping. So that's one of the, I guess you say, more final movement things that I can at least think of at the moment that we need to go ahead and implement. Now we're going to do this in our main module under our gas movement abilities here. And let's add another input gameplay ability. And we'll call this one gameplay ability underscore jump. So let's go ahead and create the constructor and activate ability. Well, actually, also can activate ability as well and make the given definitions. Okay, so first thing, we need a input tag, just like always. So include data, tags, ability input tags.h. So we can go ahead and make our jump gameplay tag. And set the input tag to equal tag ability input jump. Then regarding the instancing policy, like always, we're going to go ahead and set it to E gameplay ability instancing policy to instanced per actor, and we are ready to begin. Now, all I want to do is in activate ability, I want to simply jump. So in order to do that, the character class already has that all built in alongside the movement component. So we can't really make it generic to say the pawn class if we decide to move to, I don't know, mover in the future. So what we're going to do is cast to our character, and we're only going to run this if we are locally controlled as well. So in our case, if is locally controlled, all I want to do is grab the character, and because I want to use it inside of can activate ability as well, I want to go ahead and make a simple getter. So just like we did with sprint, let's go ahead. Oh wait, never mind. I was thinking of the movement component, so we don't actually need that, so ignore me. So we just need to get the character, and we can get the character from the avatar actor. So what we're going to do is a character, just call it character equals cast to a character, and we're casting from get avatar actor from actor info. Then we just need to include the character, which is game framework character.h. In which case, if we search for jump, we have can jump, which we want to use in the can activate ability, and we just have the normal jump function. So we're going to call jump, and that's it. Now let's go ahead and copy and paste this into can activate ability. And if the parent call is good to go, we're also going to check and see. Well, actually, let's see if we can jump first. That's probably a more appropriate condition. So what we're going to return is character can jump and the parent call. So that way, any sort of blocking tags, anything like that, can be handled. But it's only going to be checked if we can, in fact, jump, which I never actually paid attention to see what all it is. So if we are not crouched and jump is allowed internal, okay, so fairly simple. So we're calling jump. However, we also want to trigger a stop jump. So one thing that we can do is do it on input released, kind of like we've done before. So we can override input released and also end ability. So let's clean those up. And in input released, we're just going to simply end the ability, pass in the handle, actor info, activation info, and we're just going to do, we'll just do, we'll do true and false. So in our case, I don't really want this ability, whatever I said, it doesn't really need, I'm trying to think. Yeah, actually, we probably should have it. Actually, I'm not 100% sure how I want to do this yet. I'm contemplating on running this locally only on the local client, because then that way we can also do away with this locally controlled, and we could do the same kind of thing with crouching and all of that. So I'll come back to that and think about it. But inside of end ability, just copy and paste this, and what we call jump, let's call stop jumping. Then once we have that, we are pretty much ready to go. So we can go ahead and close out of the editor, recompile, relaunch, and set up the ability inputs. Okay, once we're back in editor, let's go ahead and go to our player state and add our jump ability like so. And it does have a character jump by default as well, built in with gas, but we're not using it. Then we can go to our input, actions, player, movement, and let's just duplicate and make another input action called jump. Then go to our context and our ability inputs. Let's go ahead and just add the ability input for jump. We're going to use the top one, which is the one we just made. And again, add input, so ability input jump. Then in our IMC abilities, go ahead and add a new input for jump. Make sure it's the correct one again for the space bar input. So now, I'll just go ahead and do it as client. When I press space, we then jump. Granted, we jump, in my opinion, maybe a little bit on the high side. Not 100% sure yet. So, check for replication, make sure everything seems fine, which it should. And it is. Alrighty, so that's going to take care of our jump, and we are pretty much set up. So we now have it where we have our crouch, jump, sprint, all set up through the ability system, and we can all pretty much make them work kind of interchangeably to where, maybe we want to have a jump restrict crouch. We want to not be able to say sprint while we jump. We may want to alter the jump height based on, what our stamina is at, that sort of thing. Or we can make it to where jump reduces stamina. It's entirely up to us. So, with that out of the way, I will see you in the next video. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.